What's the funniest way you've ever accidentally ended up in the hospital? Well, for this woman, the hospital wasn't even the crazy part. The real shock happened after she got there. One day, she was lying in bed with her boyfriend when he suddenly threw her clothes at her and told her they had to go to the hospital immediately. Naturally, she panicked. She jumped out of bed and asked, "Are you hurt?" He said no. Then he told her to hurry up. That made everything even more confusing. Her boyfriend was normally one of the calmest people she knew. He rarely raised his voice. He didn't panic easily. Even when something stressful happened, he usually stayed relaxed. So seeing him suddenly jump out of bed with wide eyes terrified her. She quickly got dressed and followed him to the car. The entire drive, she kept asking what was happening, but he wouldn't explain. He was completely focused on getting to the hospital. And apparently, he was so distracted that he didn't even realize how fast he was driving. She repeatedly begged him to slow down, but he ignored her. Then she noticed a police car following them. She immediately warned him that they were going to get pulled over. There was just one problem. Her boyfriend was a police officer himself. Instead of slowing down, he made a hand signal out the window. And somehow, the police officer behind them understood. The police car moved in front of them, turned on its emergency lights, and actually escorted them through traffic. Now she was completely freaking out. She had no idea what was happening. She started begging him to explain, but he still wouldn't say anything. Then something happened that scared her even more. Her boyfriend grabbed her wrist and yelled at her. He told her to calm down and stop distracting him. She immediately went silent. This wasn't normal behavior for him. Whatever was happening had to be serious. When they finally reached the hospital, he didn't even bother parking properly. He left the hazard lights on, jumped out of the car, and ran inside. She followed him, completely confused. At the reception desk, he gave the receptionist a woman's name. The woman gave them a room number. They got into the elevator. At this point, she stopped asking questions. She figured she was going to find out the truth very soon. And she was right. When the elevator doors opened, a doctor walked toward them. He looked at her boyfriend and said, "Good, you're here." Then he handed him an eye mask. That made absolutely no sense to her. They entered the room, and there was a woman sitting there, holding a newborn baby. The woman had never seen her before. So naturally, she assumed maybe this was a relative. Perhaps his cousin, maybe a family friend. Her boyfriend walked over to the woman and picked up the baby. The woman smiled. Trying to be polite, she congratulated her. The woman thanked her, and then everything changed. Her boyfriend suddenly started crying. He looked at her and said, "I guess now is probably the right time to tell you this is my son." Her entire world stopped. His son. She looked at the baby, then at the woman, then back at her boyfriend. She couldn't even process what she was hearing. And then the woman suddenly screamed at him. "Damn it, babe. You didn't tell her." That's when the truth finally came out. The woman wasn't his cousin. She wasn't some random family friend. She was his wife, and the newborn baby was her child. The woman suddenly realized that her entire relationship had been built on a lie. She had thought she was dating a single man, but he had been married the entire time. And somehow, his wife already knew about her. So what started as a terrifying emergency trip to the hospital turned into something completely different. She thought she was rushing to the hospital because someone was seriously hurt. Instead, she discovered that her boyfriend had been hiding an entire marriage and a child from her. And honestly, that might be one of the worst hospital surprises imaginable. The lesson? If your boyfriend suddenly throws your clothes at you, speeds to the hospital with a police escort, refuses to explain anything, and then introduces you to a newborn, you might want to start asking some very serious